Hi there, so yeah, we're in Corsham today. We're going to be meeting up with Secret Vault, aka Matthew Williams. He's going to show us around his hometown. We're going to go have a look at some caves, some stuff like that. Should be pretty cool. So yeah, doff my cap. Keep tripping up. So where are we, Ned? In some woods. I have to get the deets later. So yeah, we're in Monkton Farley today, going out for a little walk we've got Matt from Secret Vault, Steve, and obviously there's Ned. He's taking us to mine.
The developer has been cut away. I don't think that's not natural. That looks like it's a cutaway there. And I think they would have taken things in, and probably there would have been an entrance there. It's been blocked off. So we know another way in, but I think they would have probably had that as an entrance. Ammo dump in Europe, I think. And it's huge, 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 huge. And that's the entranceway. Those posts that are sticking up, I always wondered what those were. Somebody said, oh, it's for camo netting. So they could basically sort of make it disappear under camo netting for the bombers going overhead. They never were bombed apparently, but yeah, they wouldn't have got the bombs through anyway because so far underground. Let's go through here.
So this is Monkton Farley, Matt.
Yeah, this is Sally in the Woods.
Sally in the Woods.
And yeah, also known as Brown's Quarry. But yeah, we're not far now.
Oh wow.
I have to get this extra mount to balance the weight backwards.
Okay, so this is the entrance to Brown's Quarry, thanks to our tour guide Matt.
Well, I'm not a tour guide. I don't give tours at any price. Well, I might do for a couple £100, but honestly, who wants to take some random bloody strangers around these sorts of things?
I know.
I mean, they're going to like screw up, aren't they? They're going to be like, I don't like this. I went to go with him. He never said it was going to be 5 hours. I said, I bloody did. I said, you're going to be here all day, bring food and drink, no moaning. So, yeah, that's the rules of this anti-tour. There's no bloody moaning, never ever bloody anything ever. As long as you follow those rules, you'll be alright.
Oh wow. So have you ever done this, Steve?
Not this one.
Not this one.
This one, no. Try and memorise your. This is there. Try and memorise your route in. Your route in and your route out, because it looks very different.
Yeah.
When you're facing backwards, you know. But when you get to the upper regions, you'll sort of probably find your way out eventually. You'll find your skeleton. I've told him you were in here, by the way, so he's aware where we're supposed to be, sort of thing. So
Yep.
now, this is going to be fun because you've got to crawl around here, so I'm going to have to crawl with the camera and then I'll see if I can do it in one go. But it might be a good idea if somebody crawls through or pushes my bag through or something for me. We'll see now. So this is, your hat's just come off as well. Is it? Yeah. I didn't feel that because this thing's on my head. Oh shit.
What do you think then?
Thank you for that, I didn't know. Dodge. Right then, so you've got to squeeze in here. And it's only just a couple of feet. That's it, and then it just opens out. So all good. Let's put the camera down a minute and it's crawl 2 feet. Oh, pick the camera up 2 more feet.
There you go, we've got the money shot right there.
Pick up my bag that Steve may have got to push through for me. You've dropped your torch as well, mate. Dropped the torch? You have. Fucking, I can't believe this. I just dropped a 100 quid torch. Yeah, that's the one. Just dropped 100 quid torches on the floor. That's what you want to do. There's your, thank you. Well, it gets a lot easier now. You won't be dropping any more torches. 3D. 3D speed. And folks, 3dsqueezer.com. 3dsqueezer.com. Indeed. There we are. That is a bit of a squeeze.
That's alright.
Not too bad.
So this is how tight it is.
Oops, a daisy. Good stuff.
We're
You
free.
should be able to get in without banging your head then. Right, okay. I'll follow you for a minute. We'll already check.
And so what were they mining in this quarry?
Stone quarry.
Quarrying out stone for the for city of Bath and surroundings.
Ah,
Yeah, it's all that coloured stone, you know.
Yeah.
Right, how am I going to do this? Right, I'll get a big light on in a second. Sorry, I'm bouncing around.
some more cracks.
Want the light, less the noise.
So we've got
Falling down quarry.
big ass cracks in the ceiling.
Somebody's done. Oh, Farley down quarry. This is an effort to do that. A couple of different ones. This is where they are off to. Quite a close focus on this 3D camera. Just zoom in. Which makes the shaking even worse if you're holding it by hand.
Yes, three different ways it looks like.
Yeah.
Eeny, meeny, miny, miny.
Kind of soft divides down there, so
Does it?
he's got a good sense of direction.
Yep.
Well, I've seen that video map with the Area 51 when you had the hole in the map.
Oh yeah. Where? What's a hole in the map between friends? So I don't know whether you go to the right or to the left. I think it's to the left. Let's have a look.
That's what I like to hear, confidence.
Yeah. Well, just look where it looks like people have been walking down here quite a lot. I'm going to take that as a sign that this is probably how we went. It looks a lot cleaner and drier than what I've been in before. So I'm imagining that's because there's not much dripping happening down here at the moment. So. Walkway that somebody's made. This is a good way to work out the on the way back as well. And when you get close to the surface, you'll see the sunlight coming in. That's a good indication of some nice colour. There's a stone up there. Some nice speckled colours going on. So let's get down. There's some nice open chambers here now. You can see 3D exploring. It's the future. 3D camera exploring.com.
Yeah, what's up there? Another way through there, look.
Yeah, there's lots to get confused.
Just where? So you need to,
all the way up.
need to lay markers down for us. Someone's going.
Diamond. So that's an indication you're close to getting out. Remember this way now. Climb up a little bit, yeah.
That's what you reckon? Oh wow. So fucking, it's like Indiana Jones or something. So how old are these mines, Matt?
Well, going back to Roman times, some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Georgian period was where they were.
yeah, they were big on it.
Oh wow. And here,
Victorian sort of bar. Georgian, yeah.
yeah. Hey, we've got the tracks for the old carts.
Rail tracks, yeah, indeed. So, now if you memorise this as well, because this is obviously, so you want to look back, because when you're walking back, FRWP on the wall there is a good giveaway. It's where the tracks would join. It's FWRP, that's the way out. So you can go up that way, you see, and start going to different areas where you might confuse yourself otherwise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right. Let's go.
So where would these tracks run to?
Well, they would have possibly gone out to that channel that I showed you. You know, that's a cutting in,
Yep.
in the hillside. It could have been out to that sort of level. So you had it coming in on the flat if they can. You know, not too much of an incline of hill. So that cutting would have probably been to keep it fairly flat. I mean, there are some of these mines that have got slope shafts and whatnot. You see somebody's put a mark on the floor there, which I don't know quite what it's meant to be denoting, that arrow. But it could be, if you go down that way, eventually you'll work your way around and you'll come up this way. And you end up confusing yourself a bit. So I
Yeah.
suppose we could go down this way and have a look. Just, some of those marks. Oh, that's sort of beds there. And it's always a crack. Go down the crack route. Yeah, thanks, lads. Can't go over everything now. Very good. It's a lot easier on the right hand side than this, but come on.
Someone's made a nice little seat there.
Okay, we've got some more sparkly bits on the walls. And look at the crack in the ceiling here, wow. That's a bad boy.
Oh.
That ever came down.
Would not be good.
There you can see where the little lamps would have been stuck, oil lamps would have been stuck there, and there's obviously the soot is burning up the side. You see another one over there. That's all.
It's got these old.
They had their little lamps down here. Lots and lots of them. They had little alcoves for them. These are all places where they had their lamps. So. Oh, that's a dead end. And the bonus, what do you think that is then? Let's see if we can give you something with all the red mat in the ceiling.
Wow, some sort of support.
Yeah, something gone in there. If you look down at the ground underneath it, you might see that there's also like a little square hole directly beneath it as well. So there would have been a large piece of wood going up from there, and on the piece of wood would have been a crane. That would have been a crane, so they've actually used it for picking up large pieces of rock and putting them on the backs of a rail car and then wheeling them out in that direction. So wherever you see these squares in the ceiling, there's another one there, look. That's where they would have repositioned the crane. So, we'll be seeing a crane later on, hopefully it'll still be in one piece. Not in this mine.
So all that stone's probably carved. Yeah. Not even there. So at one point this was really sort of tidy. Yeah. Do you know the way back?
Lots of drips. It's quite dry on the floor at the moment.
Yeah.
Making sense. Now there is a rumour, I'm not sure about metal or mycosens, there's a bloke who comes down these mines on his own. I've been told he comes down here without a torch because he knows the place so well. And he comes down here, he's got a hoover, and it's a charcoal hoover, and he hoovers the floor. Seriously, it sounds like a joke, but I think his name's Brian, and he's slightly...
Brian Tyson.
It's not Henry, is it? I don't know, yeah. But I think he's a bit, I think he's a bit, you know,
Yeah, I bet his house is shit on.
yeah. But he comes down, apparently, he sees like, oh, you're really one hurt. He's a bit like that, really.
Well, it's better to have people like Brian about than kids.
Yeah. And this is interesting, because this is like evidence of them sawing where they started and stopped. They used to use these incredibly long saws that would, you know, you'd stand one end over there and another person stand this end, so very close, and they would just pull back and forth, back and forth, back and forth with a long metal saw. You can see where they were digging in there, and the cut. And they would be, that's how they would start to flatten off some of the rocks before they even took them out. And then they'd know then if it was good quality because they'd get a good cut through it. So, yeah. Some of the rocks would be chiselled away, like you can see chisel marks there. They'd chisel them off the walls and they'd drop. And sometimes they'd actually knock holes into the wall, pins into the wall, until it split the rock, and then they could pull it out that way. But yeah, bloody hard manual labour. Cheers. Right, so this suggesting on the floor, this mark that we got there, that's the way to go next. But what I always down here, stone that mark, and then we'll have to come back. And there's also this on the wall, which is like the mark there, so you might leave ways that you might want to go out that way and way back.
Good signal down there.
Google says, do I know Brown's Folly car park?
Do you ever think you'd be in a cave mine from Portsdown to Caution? Hey?
What stone is it?
It's
really soft. Sandstone.
Sandstone.
Yeah. They call it Bath stone, but I mean it's a type of sandstone. it's a certain grade of rock. I mean, you can see how smooth it is there as well. I mean, it's amazing. It's just been polished off almost. Again, it's like somebody has been trying to wipe out certain things. That's probably Brian. He's decided he doesn't like that writing up there, so he started like polishing it and scrubbing it off. That's probably Brian. You know, why does he want to do that then? But the thing is as well, some people have said he takes off the original 1800s markings which the miners would have put here, so he's trying to return it to like original rock. So it's like, I don't want any evidence of old miners in here. I want it to be original. Well, it's not very original because I don't think there would have been all these millions of rocks around, Brian. So you're going to have to get rid of those as well, I'm afraid, mate. You want to pile those.
Good luck with your
Hoover those up, Brian. Yeah, hoover all these deads up and take them onto the surface.
There we go, got another square in the ceiling, which are held.
A
couple of cranes.
Building materials. So, although they like to make large rocks and cut them down, I mean, a lot of these can be made into brick sizes, which can be then put into houses. Oh, Bathstone as well, the background of Bathstone. I've seen it hundreds of times this one. But, the city of Bath is only allowed to use the stone from these mines because of its colour. So they're not allowed to use any other types of rock from anywhere else. It has to be from this place. So, right, we're getting down into some interesting areas now. So what do? Go left. Any ideas which way to go?
What is the bar? Tissue. Tissue.
Honestly, you're probably that's just for myself. I don't always trust that.
Wow, this just goes on and on.
Around about this area, we smelled spray cans, like somebody's been down here with an aerosol. It smelled extremely strong of aerosol spray. So that coloration there is different. Very, very dark oxidised or could be mud from the surface or something. It was tools. 216 on the wall. What was it? God, I keep switching arms. It's a bloody pain in the arse. Oh, cheers, man. E7 on routes, like that did not need this torch. I can just switch arms as many times as I like. Switch arms. Painful. Holding on to this now. That's working. Yeah, that's interesting. Huh? That's an old crane depiction there. Old crane depiction. It's interesting, isn't it? And that is literally what the cranes used to look like.
Pull up.
And the tongs they used to have as well. The tongs, the harder they lift, the more they dig in, the left and right. See the tongs, so the little grips they had. So the harder and heavier it is, the more the tongs grip.
So is that the miner's drawings?
Probably. It looks very old-fashioned. If you look at the writing there, it's very cursive.
Yeah.
Very cursive and scrolly, you know, sort of all joined up, you know, like kids today wouldn't join the writing.
No.
Yeah.
So we used to get taught.
Yeah, it's continual joining on the writing. Yeah. Ooh. Bloody joining, it makes it hard for AI computers to be able to read it, doesn't it? I suppose. Here's an old 1938, somebody was in here doing this.
Oh wow.
Yeah. A bit of noughts and crosses up there, look.
Pass the torn.
Played himself. Beat himself twice.
Yeah. There we are, look. Bust, not against me, or my enemy. For when I fall, I will rise again. That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's more modern or what, but Now can you, if you listen very carefully, don't make any noise. Can you hear something?
Yeah.
Is that traffic or is that?
From down there. We'll find out now.
So
I know what it is, but let's see if you can work out
we've got
what it is. Wind.
bus not against me, oh my enemy. For when I fall, I will rise again.
That's what happens, that's
But yeah, whatever. I'm a complete Henry Hoover.
complete brain hemorrhage. Yeah. Shit's wrong with that. Never insinuated. On the floor, evidence of a lot of wood. These woods would have probably been what are known as props, and they stick them on the edges, but they're not actually for propping the roof up. People think they are. I used to think they were as well, but in fact they would never ever hold the roof up. They wouldn't have the strength. So what they are is so that you hear the roof moving and you hear it going crack, 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 and it tells you the roof is just about to come down. So they're more a warning mechanism. And they put them where the roof is dodgy, which is why people think, that's to hold the roof up. No, they're there in the dodgy places to tell you when the roof's coming down. That's the reason. There's a nice scoop marks there of their picks that they would have been using. And pins, they would have driven pins in, they would have hammered pins in. Actually, you can see different levels of cut as well. And cut away in different seams. They used to work. Yeah, interesting. Whoa. We'll come back up now. Some places like that, they just not worth going down because they end up in dents. With always best to stick to the big part. So, look at that, boys.
Yeah. Yeah. Come off the roof, let's get out of this bit quick. Just all of these little kind of extra passageways that are blocked and filled. It'd just be madness to go off there. Block. What does it say? Z block, maybe. Have done it.
Have it done. That's an old, really old curtain story.
You've been laying tissue. You've been laying tissue.
No. No, go this way. Same way.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Thank you. Luckily Ned's been laying tissue, so not that we're saying we don't trust Matt or anything, it's just, peace of mind. Peace of mind. More tissue there.
It's asking for it now, really. So, Mr. Steve's being bold.
And who said dry stone walling was a dying trade?
Yeah.
Gone to some effort, haven't they?
Mm. It's like a cheap back garden wall. They just sort of roughly chuck them together, but people who make walls, they find the right shapes, don't they, to sort of fit. So
Yeah.
they're flat, but
It's a real art to it.
yeah. Or you can knock up the rock a little bit to kind of fit in certain bits, but
Dead end.
dead end.
Yeah. Listen to a wall of deads along there.
Ah, somebody
curves round and then.
Has somebody put it there to stop us though? That's the thing, see, because it's like, you see, why was
It'd work because you'd have a bit of a job to get rid of all them.
I know, but this is the thing, see, I mean, did this used to go into the Monkton Farley mine? So therefore, that would have been a perfectly accessible route into that old mine.
We could still get up.
So it probably
But
still is.
somebody
If you want me to have a...
Oh no, it's not worth it because it is literally going to go to nothing. But that would have possibly been a pathway through because I can't believe that something would go like that underneath, you see? All the way underneath. Would go underneath the rocks there. So it would have come up. What's going on here then? What's going on here? My bloody... What the... Oh, there we go. I was going to say, the camera looks well off angle. There we go. Right, so...
So these grooves as well in the floor.
Would have been for the railway.
So they are wood. Yeah,
That's the
sleepers. Yeah.
Sleepers, and then you'd have had the rail tracks on the top. So why would they have carried the rail right the way through here if it wasn't going somewhere?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so that has been purposely blocked up to stop people going down there. My channel, if you want to see what is in the Monkton Farley mines, some sections of it prior to it being closed up, because they've now used those sections that we went in. There is a video on my channel of us going down the slope shaft from the surface, walking all the way down to a really easy to access slope shaft. Now that slope shaft is no longer accessible because the so if you want to go back out, I think we're going to go up there.
Yeah, and then take a left.
We're going to have a look down this way. So yeah, that slope shaft is no longer accessible. It's an emergency exit, so it's got a big metal door on it. So you can get to where it is, and you can see the big metal door, but you can't go underground anymore. Have a look on the channel. I'll stick the links in the description below. You can click on it and have a look at what it looks like in a real part of the old ammunition mines. And there were lots of boxes of documents and banks and building societies and NHS and all sorts of stuff. They store documents underground and possibly other things as well. Restore is the company name. And we saw the entranceway earlier on. I showed it to you and said that's where Restore will work. There's these, what people think are props, but they're not props. Because have a look at that. Do you think that's going to hold up that ceiling?
No, no
Not
chance.
really, you know. I mean, you'd have to have really solid bits of wood, and these are just random bits of timber. You know, they're not sort of designed to hold the ceiling up. They are designed to make noise and crack if the ceiling starts to move.
What's that wedged in there?
Again, if those fell out, you could tell the
it's
ceiling
movement.
was splitting.
Yeah.
So it's things like that, you know, you put little wedges in there. If they're not there, if they're on the floor, you can tell that the ceiling's on the move. You know, there's a massive crack here that goes all the way down, right the way through, you see. So
Yeah.
this is a danger area. It's so exposed.
It's good to hear.
Which why they tell you, if you're going on a caving thing, you should walk with a distance between you and the person in front, so you're walking a long line.
Yeah.
If something falls down, the people at the back won't be under the crush. Yeah.
So how many ways in and out is there? Just the one way in?
At the moment, yes, it's just one way in, one way out. There are ways down here that used to lead, and that will go up, but goes to nothing now. You don't really go up there because it's just going to take you along to a dead. There are ways that would have gone to old ways to get out, but they've been blocked again by rocks. But you can see you're not very far from getting into another mine or getting out.
Yeah.
And it could be they blocked these to stop you going into other series of mines because perhaps somebody owned it. They owned another part of the quarry, so they wanted to sort of stop people from this quarry getting into that quarry, if possible as well. But I think it's more to do with them using it for the home store, or the ammunition dump. Oops.
You can see we've got more ways.
Well, that's on low mode as well. If you put it on
Loads more.
It's cool, it would be cool to just venture off, wouldn't it? But imagine that, terrifying.
Yeah.
Just losing the way, because I wouldn't be able to find my way back now.
No. Well, you would. You've been dropping your tissue
Yeah,
enough.
because of that, that's what I'm saying.
Nice.
slightly underfoot here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't have done this on my own.
Wow. Doing his job. Or not.
Oh, yeah. That's been there for a long time. What might have been like 100 years that might have been there for. Nobody would have been sticking those sorts of things up for a very long time, I don't think. Long time, I don't think.
Lots of little places to kind of go off and explore.
Let's do it.
You can see the old railway markings still. Oh, look at this, Ned. Look how far that one goes. But yeah, let's not get left behind either. So what do you think then, Ned?
Cool, yeah. 53%.
So this is our first mine. We're used to doing like oil covered bunkers and stuff. And MOD sites, this makes a change for us. Yeah, so
I'm not sure if it drops, I hope it drops down or not.
Iron's urine is very clear and transparent. He sells it by the 2-pint bottle. You're leaving the money and then you put the writing on the wall you paid in. You come back down and the next time it's ready to get off the wall. So. Again, this looks like a clean, very clean, like as if somebody's been scrubbing it.
it's got a bit chillier down there as well, hasn't it?
It just turned a bit cold, didn't it?
Yeah,
You think here?
yeah,
Cold? Yeah.
freezing.
Okay. What a bit icy.
But there's different passageways, isn't there? So
So, you were saying that the other day, because my battery went out on my phone
Yeah.
under the fuel pump, probably because of the cold.
Yeah.
Because I've been out on explores all day, my phone's been fine.
Yeah.
It's happening again.
Ah, yeah. It's just the cold, isn't it? Oh, 53 minutes, 3D footage. I hope it looks good.
Hey?
You're going for the 2.5 hours, you're going for the event.
Did we?
2.5 hours.
No, okay, this way. And then it's off to the left and then the left again. Yeah, watch the floor in it. Yeah, Matt, we're not saying we don't trust your directions, but
Yeah.
just in case.
Was that you putting that back?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
It's alright.
Leading us all the
Was
way
that
back to
putting
the
that
entrance.
down?
And anyway, we know Brian will clear it up, so
Yeah, but you are the ones that put that down.
yeah.
Well, we're going downhill. Are you sure it's your tissue paper?
Yeah, positive, because there's no tissue paper. Literally since I've been planting it.
So if that's the case then, we're going back.
Yeah, we're going back on
It's
ourselves.
gone round then. We'll go back ourselves, which just goes to prove the point
Just prove
that it's bloody confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there'll be a left up there somewhere that we came
Yeah.
from.
Oh, R&S.
That's R&S 1887. That's the earliest sign we've seen.
Wow.
Bizarre.
So what's with all the numbers?
1887 down there scribbled as well, look. That's 1887. MTO. Could be the companies, you know, like name of the company they're working down here. So there you go.
Tobacco. Say what you see. Lucky you did that then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because we didn't see that before, did we then?
I think we looked at that and I'm like, yeah, when I see things like that, I'm like, I can't be asked. Because I know they just go to sort of awkward deads at the end.
Yeah.
Just waste of time. I think somebody took me up one of them once, down one of these things, and it did take us to a crane, but I can't remember where that is. So if Steve wants to go and waste his time having a look around there. There are some cranes down here, I think, but they're very well hidden unless you know where they are. Anything?
No, nothing.
Show you the extents.
Some really clean cut rock down there.
Yeah. I mean, you know, a lot of this rock would be useful to people trying to make houses and things like that. If somebody was to just take the old rocks out, you know, but I suppose some people would argue, well, they're helping support to stop this stuff falling down, and there are some houses built above some of these areas, and they're in fear of the ground subsiding. So there are some mines nearby where they've actually injected concrete underground, rubberized concrete,
Ah.
and they've made big piles that look like cones, like sort of ice cream cones, inverted ice cream cones, and the concrete points up underneath some of these dodgy looking rocks to stop subsiding. Got some £1 million houses, you know, sort of built on top of these things. And, we've got an investment, as rich people always bloody are.
What makes me laugh, down by where we live, Port Solent,
Yeah,
really nice sort of area.
yeah.
All these expensive apartments, but what they don't realise is it's built on like old tips.
Yeah. So the tips are probably giving off methane
Yep.
and
Could go boom one day.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, I know that I can recognise, for example, we looked at this and we commented about how it doesn't want us to go down that way. We went around the corner as a
Yeah.
dead. So we know we're sort of getting the way back. But these lads being
That's also the other big clue.
map reading or just general having a clue skills.
Yep, and to the left, wasn't it, on the way out?
Yeah. Another good way to do it as well is to bring a spray can.
Yeah.
Line marker.
Yeah, I might do that. That's it.
Did we check that there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been up there all the way to the end, so we've been fairly thorough. But I mean, I can remember coming down here once and we got really thoroughly lost. You know, we were like ages and ages took us to find a way out. But I know the lads I was with, they loved being down here for a long time, so if it was obvious which way was the way out, they probably wouldn't have made it too obvious, 'cause, that would have defeated their particular object of being down here for an age. The Death Star here, look. Death Star, down, 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 down. Oh, it looks a bit like a Death Star.
It's not really even a circle, is it? Yeah, big hole in it.
J.J. Abrams will be down here now, like with Yoda. Mandalorian will be filming in here. You know, it's like, look, this is the early sketches of a Death Star. This was where it was first made up, the idea of it. Origins, Star Wars Origins. And then the early ones where they couldn't, early man couldn't draw proper circles, so they could see the development. It was like squares, then they became circles. Yeah.
Maybe it was early Pac-Man.
Yeah. Now, this was telling us earlier on to go up there, but we didn't because we walked past it. So we can have a look up there, but we've got to remember we've got to turn left then to get back onto where we need to go.
There should be some more tissue.
Yeah, there's.
Yeah, so. So have you got a whole roll of toilet paper in your pocket then?
He's got, yeah, quite a bit.
Yeah. This is a 900 sheet mine, basically. So you need 900 sheets to do this mine.
Mind you, you can't, well, buy toilet roll for love nor money soon.
Yeah.
Flying off the shelves
So
quick.
It'd be like throwing £5 notes down. Huh?
Yeah.
Who would have thought that in the, you know, the event of an emergency, that would be the first thing off the shelves?
Yeah. I mean, like, you know, ultimately, do we need tissue paper? I mean, like, you can literally wipe your arse in a tea towel and stick it in the washing machine.
Just not with the rest of your clothes.
Well, I mean, you know, well, speak to people who've got kids, I suppose. They do. They put their babies' nappies, you know, if they've got terry towels, they put them in with the rest of the clothes.
Yep.
Put it on a hot
People
wash.
still do that now, do they?
I think so, yeah, because I mean, it's like
30 years ago we did.
yeah. Well, it's not very environmentally friendly, is it? Using like modern sort of like Pampers and crap. So yeah.
Pampers and crap.
Pampers, literally. Just stick the bloody. They should have a washing machine now. You just stick your kid, like stick him on the side of a washing machine. Just have like spray hoses, just like spraying his arse continually. Just
Brainstorming for James Bond's
game to kill.
movie. Yeah.
Game to kill. Okay. Because game was written on that circle out there. So game again. So game to kill. So it's like little jokes probably. Like Mr. used to work down here. And there's game to kill. So ho ho ho. Some sort of joke amongst the miners down here.
They had a sense of humour, didn't they?
Well, they would have to working in this shithole.
Yeah, true.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be pretty bleak.
Yeah, in the dark with lots of smoke from all the candles just like pervading the air and making it a bit of a sort of...
The threat of constant collapse.
Yeah. Could possibly, you could get explosions if you hit the gas pocket, you know.
Yeah.
It's rare, but not impossible. You get that more in coal mines than down here, but still.
The old budgies.
Did we go this way?
No, I think
No.
we went back up to the right. It does. Last time I was down here, everybody wanted to get out after we saw that noises of the motors. They were like, that's all right, done enough now, let's go. So just come straight back out. Fairly easy if you just follow a simple route. This is slightly more complicated.
So these holes on the floor, they just caused by the constant dripping?
Some of them, yeah. I mean, there's ridges going up and down, which is where, like, we're walking up and down ridges now, which would have been sleepers.
Yeah.
But because the mud has been liquefied so much over the years, it now feels like they're rocks, but they're not. They're sleeper rocks.
Yeah.
So they've just got filled in. Yeah.
Hey?
You can see the continual, like, literally coloured lines. That's my
Best.
guess anyway.
Best not to think about it.
Thank you for your information. You are now banned. Thank you for helping our customers on the forum. Helping customers on our forum is not allowed, banned. Yeah. Only Apple are allowed to give information on our forums, banned. to them. So
Oh.
they can work out what is this? Why do they have this? Ching.
Are they to cool down cutting equipment?
Could be. Could be for the blokes down there, I suppose.
Or it could be for Brian bathing.
Brian, yeah. Brian to cool down his nads after a long day of cleaning the rocks. Yeah, his nads probably overheating at that point. So
Just tea bags them every now and then.
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So what do you think they're for, Matt?
Well, some people have suggested possibly they're pit ponies. You know, like for
I was going to say horses, but
the pits would have probably had horses in here to drag these, drag the rail cars in and out because, you know, obviously a lot stronger than people.
Yeah.
So it's possibly needed somewhere to put them to drink or go to sleep. They might have lived underground. They do say a lot of pit ponies never used to come out, or used to come out once a year for Christmas and let them like frolic around on the grass, you know, before they go back in for another year. So
Poor little, yeah.
it's a guess, folks, and I'm sticking to it. Anyway, if you want to find out the truth, don't listen to this idiot. You'll find Mick McCamley's books on the mines and secret underground cities. Major authorities on these mines. Very good, really good. A piece of paper in between there, look, folks.
Ancient
alien
alien
foods
foods.
saying
Yes.
Can't get paper in between them.
the cover.
Yeah. Look, I mean, no, everybody knows that wood does not grow between rocks like that. It just doesn't. So how did it get there, folks? Aliens. Aliens, I'm telling you. We met Matey, didn't we, up at London on that show? What's his name? Giorgio.
Oh, Sir Carlos.
Stavrakopoulos.
Yeah, he's an interesting character, isn't
Yeah, he had a nice suit on. Hey, is that you putting this stuff? It is you, isn't it? Yeah.
he?
So
Put,
look, do you recognise where we are?
Yeah, we're at that
Oh.
crossroads.
We're at,
Yeah.
that. It's the first of two crossroads. We've got a bend left and bend left.
tissue down. Yeah.
Bend left, and then you've got another one. You want to go see some other bits then? It's tissue.
He clearing up for Brian.
This is bar.
So we're at a crossroads. Which way do we go?
What is it? B-O-R, F-O, F-P, T-H-M-H, initials. Bathfoot, I suppose it could be. It might be, look, Bath. B-O-R-F, F-O, and R-D underneath, look. R-D underneath there. Bath for, and then bird. For bird.
Did you find your tissue down there?
Yeah, I recognise that bit just up there. And it's like that kind of carved door.
Carved door? Oh yeah, I remember the square in there. Oh yeah. Did we not go through there?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, we did.
Yeah. Tissue, and that's back at the entrance. So you imagine it not having it
Yeah.
completely lost.
Yeah. So we didn't go that way, did we?
That looks like it's been done on purpose as well. This is probably to one of the ways out, like I said earlier on.
It's a bit mucky, yeah.
Straight out.
Clay, isn't it?
Yeah. Shouldn't have worn my new trainers, really. We're not going to have any trainers left, are we?
You can see it goes off way to the distance, can you see it?
Oh, what's this then?
Goes off and off and off. So yeah, that's been done on purpose, just to stop people getting into a different part of the mine. And it might be to stop you getting closer to Monk and Farley mines. And it could be because it goes out to civilization. But somebody's decided they're going to have a little look, so they're taking a bit of it down. Definitely goes off though. Ooh. Can you see it?
Oh yeah, wow. Oh. You can see right the way down there. So much so my torch won't go that far.
Yeah.
So you reckon that's to block people off then?
Oh, yeah. To stop people getting too far to the alien base.
Yeah. Oh wow.
So how come they have got like an ornate sort of doorway?
Yeah, this is really well built.
Is this
I think it's to denote you.
welfare or something like that?
Probably to really mark that you're going from one mine into another. It's like this is something else, you know, a different area. This means something else. And you can see the way the floors are dark. There's a hell of a lot of wood in here.
Yeah, I know.
It's not to mine. It could be something like that. Like this is where we don't want this stone. It's not right, or we finish with this mine. So we close it off.
It's really well built, isn't it?
Big old piece of wood there.
That doesn't work collapse.
Could we use very safety here? Possibly, but not the.
But look at all the wood on the floor now.
It's crazy.
In here, just going to like keep going down here. And that's interesting.
Big bits of wood. So these would have been the old sleepers for the tracks. You're just walking in the dark.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. Turn your light off.
Yeah, you'd be fucked, wouldn't you?
Ain't seen no tissue there.
You alright?
You'd have to feel, wouldn't you, for it?
How you feeling?
Yeah, a bit claustrophobic, but we're in safe hands, right?
Right. From Matt, just over there.
These may have been put on the roof with the smoke off
He
their
knows what he's doing.
So they may have just sort of like burnt it in there with a candle smoke.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Oh yeah, wow, look at that.
It's sitting for the sacrifices.
Yeah. The old one.
The Queen. The blood for the Queen. You know the way. Put some post holes up there. It's the code of the square. You'd lead them out here into the square until the square was full. And then all clap. Like people falling in, you know. I was walking along and all of a sudden I just like fell in this bit. Whoa.
Oh wow.
Amazing.
Jacuzzi.
Yeah.
So,
That's deeper than it looks though.
oh yeah. Probably about 6 foot, do you reckon? 6, 8 feet? Or more?
No, I reckon it's about 2.5 metres.
Quite deep then.
Probably not that, about 2 metres.
We've got a stone we can chuck in.
No, probably not even as much as that, is it?
Yeah.
About metre and a half.
Yeah, it doesn't take long to go down. What you could do, if you had a piece of string, you could drop the string down and then you could hold it out up here to find out how long it actually is.
So what's this for, do you think?
Don't know. Could be for the horses again, I suppose.
Or maybe they sort of did a bit of steeplechase down there.
Yeah, maybe they used to like race people on motorbikes down here, and then they, like the ones that didn't know, would end up in there. Hop, 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 hop. Yeah. Yeah.
So what is through there, do you think? Have you been through there, Matt?
I think it carries on. I mean, it goes for a little bit and then it stops again, but yeah, it's not much now really. Yeah, this is quite a famous feature. Everybody says like, oh, you want to come and see that? I think there used to be a way in that came from there, because people would say they have to walk through here, past this, to get in. Don't quote me on that, but I seem to remember people saying that, you know, you have to get in this way. I've never seen a way in from down there. There are a lot of bars that we put up, you know, so on the face of the hillside where people walk their dogs, because they can be seen. You know, when you walk with your dog, I think they block them out.
Wow. Fancy a bar?
I was just about to say fancy a dip. Should have brought my trunks.
We just don't talk about deaths.
Fred Melksham, Thomas Harden.
Fred Melksham. You know that these are early pictures because the quality of the artistry is immense, bless him. That guy had a little mop top and shaved head and sides, look.
It's almost Picasso-esque.
Yeah. And this like little children, like, you know, like little kiddies. Oh. Like, so they didn't have Polaroids back then, so they had to draw their children on the walls. Like, that's John and that's Bessie. And then when they die, then you just scrub them out with a Brillo, like Brian would have done.
Well, Brian's not been here.
Yeah. You Brianate them. Brianate them out of existence. See, scrubbed off. There's also scrubbing up there.
Yeah.
It's like Brian probably has a criteria. If you say like, Brian, what is allowed and what's not allowed on these walls? If you're like, I don't mind the numbers, I don't mind the pictures, but when they do like hello or John or no, that's not allowed. Anything else?
I reckon.
Yeah. Anything to do with mushrooms or wheels, not allowed. Not allowed. Just get rid of it.
Well, I've not noticed any penises drawn down here, so maybe that's
Oh, it
what
could
Brian's
be.
busy been doing.
It could be. He's got rid of all the genitalia. Yeah, right. So there's Hitler jokes and things like that, you know, like taking the mickey out of Adolf down there. I've noticed that box a lot.
Ah.
Picture of like a bloke with a little moustache and it says the rat next to it. Yeah.
We're all right.
It's crazy, we're just chilling out with a fucking mob.
Chilling out with a mine, what we do.
It's definitely a bit colder, isn't
Yeah. Yeah, I think the key is you need to keep moving.
it? Need to get what?
You need to keep moving in a place like this. Especially because those two ahead of us are travelling quite fast. And I wouldn't like to be here on my own. So there we go, we're coming up to the cool little doorway. Oh yeah, the torch.
Nice, it's down this way now. Another thing, do you know what's going through my head that bugs the shit out of me at the moment, right? I hated that movie, Black Panther. I thought it was dire, right? It was, the CGI was just silly, and the premise is that it's like they're highly civilized, advanced civilization, and they duke it out with swords, and you know, like, who could be the leader? I don't know. Let's find out by beating the shit out of each other. That's who the king is. Oh, great, okay. So it's like all these stupid ideas they got. But the worst bit about it is, something sticks in my head. When they go into battle, they shout this chant, and it's the most stupid chant. I don't know whether they've done it on purpose. It's childish. But it's like, it says, E-Bombay. And it's like Bombay, like Bombay doors. It's like, E-Bombay, E-Bombay. Right, so we're doing the dishes, right, and this thing's coming to my head, E-Bombay. And I'm like, piss off out of my head. It's like, E-Bombay, E-Bombay. And it's like, shit, did they have to put this in this movie? It's the stupidest thing. And I just keep saying it in my head all the time, E-Bombay.
Matt's film reviews.
Matt film reviews. It's like, I thought they must have thought, what can we do to piss people off watching this movie and make it think it's ultra childish and ultra crap? We'll make, like, their chant will be like, limbly bimbly, limbly bimbly, limbly bimbly, come on, we're going to fight now, limbly bimbly. And be like, no, it's not very good. Yes, let's use it. It's not good.
You're not there.
No? If we come back onto the second one, we're going to work our way up, so probably up there. Because that right thing will be on the wall there. We'll like turn the telly off at that point. Fucking childish.
Yeah, those Marvel films just,
Well, since Disney took over.
yeah, just got a bit annoying after a
Release
while.
one every month. You know.
Yeah.
I used to be into them.
So yeah, this is Exploring with Film Critics.
Yeah. E-Bombay.
E-Bombay.
E-Bombay. What I have to do is like Jimmy Savile Helpline. I'm gonna drive everybody else mad with it because I'm being driven mad, slowly mad with it. So every time we start, like, we're going to Jimmy Savile Helpline, and when we go into doors, I'll be saying E-Bombay. So this is where you first heard it, right? E-Bombay. Before we go in somewhere.
That's going to be going through my head later.
It's just like some sort of like supervillain's letter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, mate, you should get some T-shirts with E-Bombay on.
E-Bombay. Secret Bond. E-Bombay. 666999.
It's definitely got a better ring to it than Jimmy Savile Helpline.
666999. Jimmy Savile Helpline.
So what was this then?
Don't actually know what the purpose of it was, but
Maybe it's where a tram cart
could be a tram car.
ended, terminated.
Could be horses. Chucked in there for a bit.
War.
Pony pet. Pony pet. My little pony pet.
So yeah, it's
Hard to know.
pretty amazing
Anybody
features.
know what this actually was? Tell us in the comments below because it will drive us mad. And if you don't tell us in the comments, we'll come round your house and we'll go eat Bombay through the letterbox.
This is definitely like something out of Indiana Jones, the Temple of Doom.
It is, well, like I said, it's like some sort of supervillain's lair. The entrance to it, isn't it? And not nicely carved out.
Yeah. Oh, where they gone? Have we lost them, Ned? Did they go right or left? They just ran up them rocks. E-Bombay.
E-Bombay.
So we've got a nice little walkway back to the top here. I mean, just the features, I mean, it's absolutely amazing. So this was Brown's Quarry. Brown's Quarry, really quite interesting. Now we've got to get back through the little hole, push the bags through, squeeze through. So hopefully there's still a hole. So as you can see, it just goes on, and it's lucky I've left these because I would have lost my way. Yeah, there you go. Up this way, look. I don't know.
It goes to a dead end.
Yeah. Yeah, it must be that way. I must have just chucked it literally there. Why would it have?
We just come out as well. That.
Yeah. Why would it be there though? Unless we checked this place, came out, and I just dropped it there.
I don't feel like you should be going down again to get out of it.
Well, we clambered over some rocks, didn't we?
Yeah, might be then.
You right, Al? It's a dead end as well. Yeah, I did, just up there, behind you.
That's a dead end then, is it?
Yeah.
Ooh, panic.
Well, the tissue's here for a reason, isn't it?
Yeah. I think we came up for it.
That's what I thought.
To see it's not up there.
No.
No, I think, no, we do drive over
Ah, there you go.
keep going up over the top. You've got to look where people's feet have been, so
Yep.
there we go.
Well done, Matt.
Hey boys, hey, one thing I can say, E-Bombay.
Ear bomb bag.
Right, let's do it. We don't give up, we're like Black Panther. Yeah. Right, see if I can get my light in my pocket so it don't get lost this time.
So this is where we came in at. First came in through it, but I must have started putting the tissue just down there then. You just forgot to do it by the entrance. The important.
Right, can I give you that?
You were alright here on your own? Yeah, just don't worry about me. I did the bunker on my own now. So. Yeah, true. But we were behind you. Right, so this is the interesting part.
Yeah.
We've got to get through this tiny little gap. Right. Godspeed. Godspeed.
Drum roll. Yeah. Back.
Yeah, you're right, Al.
Oh, born again.
I'm having a baby. Nice.
E-Bombay. Indeed. They've got it now, so they've been indoctrinated.
Yeah.
The Wakanda.
It's Matt's E-Bombay cult.
E-Bombay cult, yeah, that's the one.
And here we are, we're just coming up to the surface now. Wow. Let's have one look back in there. Crack and explore.
weird, the light, isn't it?
Always got adjusted. So yeah, that was Brown's Quarry. That was really, really interesting to explore. Yeah. So thanks to Matt for that. And there we go. There we go.